Mario Kart World demo gives just enough to raise big questions. Does it bring enough new content to feel fresh, or is it just a polished remix of Mario Kart 8? Right from the starting line, Mario Kart World feels very familiar. If you've played Mario Kart 8, you'll instantly notice that the controls, track flow, and moment-to-moment gameplay feel nearly identical. But here's the catch. That classic anti-gravity gimmick from MK8, the one that let you cling to walls and race through mind-bending loops, is mostly gone. Instead, you'll race across elevated paths and twisted tracks that hint at that anti-gravity feeling but don't fully recreate it. This means that if you were hoping for a big leap in innovation, you might be slightly underwhelmed at first. The wow factor is a bit subdued, especially in the early moments. But that doesn't mean Mario Kart World doesn't bring anything new to the table. Let's talk about the standout differences. The first and most obvious change? You're now racing against 23 other players. That's right, 24 racers in a single Grand Prix. While this doesn't dramatically change how each race feels, it does crank up the chaos. You're hit with items more frequently, and battles for position can get wild in a way that even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe never reached. There are also new items. The Gold Shell, for example, leaves behind a trail of coins, rewarding players who can follow its path. On the flip side, you've got some oddball items like food that change your character's costume mid-race, similar to Donkey Kong Banana's dress-up system. These cosmetic changes might be fun for a laugh, but they don't actually affect your gameplay. Movement-wise, you can now grind on rails and even wall jump, which sounds cool, but opportunities to actually use these mechanics were pretty limited in the demo. Maybe once your eyes get used to spotting them, you'll find more ways to use them effectively. One of the more dramatic changes comes in the structure of Grand Prix races. Instead of the traditional 4 races with 3 laps each, you now start with a standard race, then physically drive to each new course through short intermission-style tracks. Each subsequent race is only 1 lap long. It's a bit confusing at first, but it could lead to some seriously creative race setups in the future. If Nintendo allows you to create your own Grand Prix layouts down the line, this could open up a brand new level of customization. Course variety is another area where Mario Kart World shows both promise and problems. You'll find a healthy mix of old and new tracks. Classics like Koopa Troopa Beach and Choco Mountain return, but they're redesigned to fit into the game's new interconnected world. New tracks like Faraway Oasis and DK Spaceport are full of personality. However, because all the tracks are linked together as part of a continuous world, some of them start to blur together visually. While nothing looked bad, it's possible you'll have trouble remembering which track was which by the time you finish a session. From a graphics standpoint, Mario Kart World looks pretty sharp. Characters have more pop and detail than ever before. And even with 24 racers and items flying everywhere, performance remains rock solid at 60 frames per second. Nintendo even teased a 120 FPS mode for the full release, which could make the racing feel even smoother for those with compatible displays. Here's where things get interesting. The new Knockout mode might be the real gem of this demo. It's essentially a battle royale for kart racing. You race through 6 courses in a row, and after each one, the bottom 4 players are eliminated. Only the top 4 make it to the final race. This mode is fast-paced, intense, and constantly pushes you to perform your best. Position matters in every moment, and the seamless transition between tracks shows off the game's world design in a new way. This is something that definitely sets Mario Kart World apart from its predecessors. Free roam mode is another big change. You can explore the map between races, driving from one biome to another. Icy tundras, jungles, volcanoes, and more, all seamlessly connected. It's impressive to look at, and it adds a sense of scale and continuity that's completely new to the series. Now, let's talk about what's missing, especially if you enjoyed Mario Kart Tour. That game had character-specific items, which added a layer of strategy and uniqueness to each racer. Costumes weren't just visual, they changed gameplay. In Mario Kart World, costumes appear to be purely cosmetic. Tour also had track-based advantages for characters and karts, which encouraged players to experiment with different combinations. Without that system in World, there's a real risk that everyone will gravitate toward a few meta combos, just like the Waluigi plus Wiggler bike era in MK8 Deluxe. Some item mechanics have also been dialed back. Fire and ice balls no longer launch in clusters like in Tour, and the boomerang no longer circles your card to pick up coins. These changes might sound small, but they remove some of the depth and creativity players had grown to love. Scoring mode from Tour is another notable absence. That mode added arcade-style high-score chasing based on character stats, combos, and precision. It was addictive and rewarding, something that could have fit perfectly into Mario Kart World. For now, it's just gone. You also don't get to see who hit you or who you hit with items. A small but useful UI feature from Tour that added clarity and sometimes even humor to your races. Without it, you're left guessing who threw that shell that ruined your perfect run. One major concern is the unknown state of post-launch content. Will Mario Kart World receive consistent updates? Nintendo hasn't confirmed anything yet. Mario Kart Tour had bi-weekly updates for 4 years, constantly refreshing the experience. So far, World hasn't made any such promises, which leaves a big question mark over its long-term value. So, is Mario Kart World worth playing based on the demo? If you're looking for more Mario Kart with smoother visuals, bigger races, and a new knockout node that genuinely feels exciting, then yes, this demo shows a lot of promise. The connected world, 24-player races, and free roam give it a fresh edge. But if you were hoping for deep gameplay evolution, the kind that Mario Kart Tour introduced with scoring modes, strategic costumes, and dynamic item mechanics, then you may find Mario Kart World a bit disappointing. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to subscribe for more honest gaming reviews and gameplay deep dives, and don't forget to check out our other reviews. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next lap.